What's happening, Expeditioners? It's Peter here. Hope you are doing well, and I want to remind you that this book is out still. Amazing Money Stories, True Tales of Greed, Generosity, Success, and Luck. I love this book. Actually, one of the pieces of feedback that I got recently from a reader was that it is his morning coffee book. So he has it on his kitchen table, and when he pours his coffee in the morning, he sits down and reads one chapter before going to work. So I thought that was pretty cool because every one of these stories is independent, and I thought I would read the next chapter to you. So this is chapter 2, and it's called A Winning Streak. Yuri Andrade was known for his free-spirited nature and his risk-taking. So when he placed a jaw-dropping $50,000 bet that there would be a streaker at Super Bowl LV, I'm going to say LV because I'm actually not totally sure which number that comes out to in Roman numerals. His friends weren't entirely surprised. It was the kind of outrageous wager that only Yuri would make. The odds were stacked against him. Not a single streaker had disrupted an NFL game the entire season, and Super Bowl security was known for being tighter than a drum. However, Yuri, a die-hard football fan, was undeterred. He was determined to win big on this long shot. As Yuri took his seat at the Super Bowl, his mind raced with thoughts of the game and his massive bet. With each passing quarter, the tension increased. No streaker appeared and panic began to set in. Had he made the worst decision of his life? His eyes darted around the stadium, desperately searching for someone, anyone to take the field and make his dream come true. The clock ticked down and the end of the game loomed closer. Yuri's heart pounded in his chest and beads of sweat formed on his brow. But it wasn't just nerves about his bet that had him on edge. He was wondering if his own tearaway pants would do the trick. In a flash, Yuri leapt over the wall and onto the sidelines. He sprinted onto the field, tearing away his shirt and his pants as he ran. His skin glistened under the bright lights and his hair flowed behind him as he sailed across the turf. The crowd roared with a mix of shock and delight as Yuri, in all his naked glory, became the unexpected star of the show. Moments later, security tackled Yuri to the ground and carried him off the field. He was swiftly kicked out of the stadium and banned from future games. But none of that mattered to Yuri. His stunt had paid off big time. His $50,000 bet had earned him a staggering $374,000 payout. Yuri's long shot had been a sure thing from the start. For his minute of indecent exposure, he had netted a cool $324,000, making him one of the highest paid athletes on the field that day. Yuri's story quickly spread, becoming the stuff of Super Bowl legends. Some praised his audacity while others condemned his reckless behavior. But one thing was certain. Yuri Andrade had pulled off the streaker's gamble of a lifetime, and he had the bank account to prove it. So, I saw this story a long time back, and it was one of the stories about gambling that I put in here. I mean, there's a lot of stories about gambling, but there are many stories about gambling where the bettor had tried to stack the odds in their favor, but this one I thought was one of the most creative, and apparently it paid out. I guess the question is, would you risk that? Would you take $300,000 and go to jail and be banned from games for that? You know, I probably would. Probably drop a zero off and I'd probably do it. But that is chapter 2 of The Amazing Money Story. So if you want to pick this up, I'll put a link to it in the description below. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you later.